from $26 billion to nothing. This is the rise and fall of Sam Bankman-Fried. FTX collapsed this week, and the man who was once the savior of crypto is now responsible for potentially billions of dollars worth of customers' losses. This is, without a doubt, one of history's greatest ever destructions of wealth. This is the recap story of how it happened. Sam Bankman-Fried founded Alameda Research, an investment and trading firm, in 2017, and he profited greatly from arbitrage trading strategies. He then established FTX, the crypto exchange, in 2019. FTX's popularity continued to rise, and in 2020 and 2021, the company started courting a lot of mainstream celebrities, particularly in sports. They sponsored the Miami Heat's stadium, which was then known as the FTX Arena. Star athletes like Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and Naomi Osaka started appearing in FTX commercials. There was even an FTX Super Bowl ad featuring the comedian Larry David. Along the way, they raised a ton of money from investors. They had a $1 billion Series B in July 2021, another $421 million in October 2021, and $400 million more in January 2022. And along the way, Sam Bankman-Fried's presence in the media continued to rise. For example, he started appearing on stage with his celebrity ambassadors, Tom Brady and model Gisele Bündchen, Tom Brady's wife at the time, and at FTX's own Crypto Bahamas conference, which featured the likes of Bill Clinton and Tony Blair. Sam Bankman-Fried also subscribed to the theory of effective altruism, which is essentially attempting to earn as much as he could through FTX and crypto trading to eventually give it all away to benefit the world. He also previously said he might spend up to $1 billion on political donations in the run-up to the 2024 presidential election, but eventually backtracked from that claim. However, behind the scenes, reports started to appear that he was improperly using FTX's customer funds to stem the bleeding that was happening at Alameda Research. When this got out, FTX customers began withdrawing their assets en masse, and the FTT token crashed. This meant that the exchange found itself in a liquidity crunch. Binance tried to step in to save the day, but then changed course when they saw the size of the mess. For full details on that part of the story, check out my previous video, which I'll link in the description below. And now, FTX and all of its affiliated companies have filed for bankruptcy protection, and SBF's estimated net worth has cratered as a result. Of course, Sam Bankman-Fried says he's really sorry for the whole mess, but crypto Twitter is not pleased, and neither are FTX's users. Potentially billions of dollars worth of customer assets are now trapped in the exchange, and they may be tied up in bankruptcy proceedings for a very long time. On top of that, we're also starting to learn that other firms connected to Alameda Research and FTX, like BlockFi, are starting to reveal the extent of their exposure to them, spreading the kind of crypto contagion that Sam Bankman-Fried previously tried to stop. And now, Sam Bankman-Fried, the once former billionaire, and FTX are under investigation by at least 5 different US regulatory entities. The Securities and Exchange Commission, the Department of Justice, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the Texas State Securities Board, and California's Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. This is an ever-evolving story which is changing fast day by day. It's not clear what happens next, but what we know right now is that there are a lot of people who have lost a lot of money, not just institutional investors, but retail investors, who are the ones who are going to feel the pain the most. One of the key lessons I took away from this event, which I put in my earlier video, was not your keys, not your crypto. It would be unfair to tarnish all crypto exchanges with the same brush as FTX, but in this day and age, nothing is safe and there's no one you can trust. So I would highly recommend educating yourself to learn about cold wallets, the Ledger wallet, and owning your own crypto, keeping it offline, and keeping it within your control. If this is an industry that you still believe in and you want to participate more in the future, it's worth learning about such things. Personally speaking, I think the only purpose now for centralized exchanges is to operate as an on-ramp and an off-ramp. Meaning you take your fiat money, you put it on the exchange, you use that money to buy the crypto that you want, and then you immediately withdraw that crypto onto your cold wallet. Otherwise, you're leaving yourself at the mercy of such companies who seemed legitimate, seemed trustworthy, seemed like they were run by the smartest people in the room, when actually it was all a house of cards. This isn't the first time a crypto exchange has gone down, and it probably won't be the last. So the best thing you can do is to stay in control of your crypto assets and don't rely on anyone to control them for you. This channel will be keeping up to date and following these developments as we go on. And if you want to see more videos like this about making money, saving money, working smarter, and being happier, then I highly recommend checking out this video here next, which I think you'll also like. I'll see you there.